Hi, very good morning to all students who are watching me. Right? Yesterday we studied about oblique projectiles, and also many things I talked about the projectiles, and also I uh, told you that the other day we will discuss another projectile called oblique projectile. What's an oblique projectile? That's just oblique projectile is a projectile which is projected from the surface of the earth. Surface of this is the point. This is the origin. Surface of the earth with a velocity u, initial velocity u, that makes an angle theta with the horizontal. With the horizontal, that means with the ground. You are standing at the ground, you are sitting at the ground, and you are throwing a stone in a certain direction, such that the direction of the velocity makes an angle theta with the horizontal. Right? So this is actually projected from the ground. Obliquely projected. Obliquely projected means the direction of velocity makes an angle theta with the horizontal, right? So initial velocity of the body is u, the total velocity. In two dimensions, it has two components. One is x component, what is called ux. Ux is equal to u cos theta, and the other is uy is equal to u sin theta, because you have already studied about vectors. That is why systematically I taught you what are vectors, what are resolution of vectors. Any vector in two dimension can be resolved into two components. That direction or that line which makes an angle theta with the original velocity, the component of that will be u cos theta. Other one will be u cos 90 minus theta. U cos 90 minus theta is equal to u sin theta. So these are the initially the body has two velocities, one along the x-axis, other along the y-axis. Am I correct? Now, projectile motion is the best example of what you call motion under gravity. Am I correct? Motion under gravity, the acceleration is always acting downwards. The body is projected upwards with the velocity u, making angle theta with the horizon. So in the whole motion of the body, that means the body will move in a, once the body is moved, project along the direction of u, body cannot move in the direction of u only. Just it leaves our hand, leaves from our hand, it just takes a trajectory like this. Why? Because sometimes the body will go upwards and its vertical velocity goes on decreasing. At this point h, at the maximum height, its vertical velocity becomes equal to zero, then it comes downwards. Any body when we project in this manner, that only will happen. For some time the body will move in the upward direction, and at a particular point, in the highest point, its vertical velocity becomes equal to zero. And now onwards, vertical velocity goes on increasing, and becomes maximum when it touches the earth. So at the point of projection, it has two velocities. One is u sin theta is maximum. Vertical velocity was maximum at the point of projection. Then this u sin theta goes on decreasing. Why? Because u sin theta is under the action of gravity. That means acceleration due to gravity is acting in the downward direction. So the value of u sin theta, the vertical component of the velocity, goes on decreasing, because the force or the gravity force is acting downward direction. So at a particular point, the highest point h, its vertical velocity becomes equal to zero. Now, as the body just overcome this point h, its vertical velocity again starts increasing, and finally becomes equal to the same value with which it was projected from this point of projection. This is one. These are all symmetrical only. Suppose in initial position, the vertical velocity of u sin theta, when it comes to this point also, that must be exactly u sin theta. But one thing you have to remember is that the horizontal velocity always remains a constant. Why it is always remains a constant? Because the acceleration is only in the downward direction. There is no acceleration in the horizontal direction. Therefore, at every point on the motion of the body, in the motion of the body, suppose this is the point. So this much height was there. Suppose again I am writing another diagram here like this. Suppose this is the trajectory, right? This is the velocity u, right? This makes an angle theta. Suppose this is the point. Here it is what is called u sin theta, and here it is what u cos theta. As it reaches this point, you will see that u sin theta is reduced. U sin theta is reduced to very small value. and u cos theta will be same as it is this much. Again, when you come to this point, you see again u cos theta is same only, and u sin theta again reduced. At this particular point, u sin theta, this is vertical component goes on. Earlier it was only this much, right? A large value of u sin theta vertical component. Now it goes on decreasing, decreasing, decreasing. At the point h, the vertical component becomes totally is equal to 0. Then also the horizontal component will be there with the same value, ux, ux, same value. Once the body overcomes this point h, now the vertical component has become 0 here. Now suppose it comes to this point, again the horizontal component will have the same value, but vertical component now starts increasing. Another point, when you take again the horizontal component will be same, but vertical component again increases like that. And when the body reaches on the surface of the earth, the vertical component will be exactly same as that of the vertical component at the point of projection. This is one. First vertical component goes on decreasing, 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 and finally becomes equal. At the highest point, the body has only one velocity. Don't say the velocity becomes equal, so velocity is not exactly equal to 0. You can say vertical component is equal to 0, but horizontal component always remains a constant. So this is also a combination of two motion. One is horizontal motion and other is vertical motion. Horizontal motion is the best example of uniform motion, because in that case the velocity is always a constant. A body is moving with the constant velocity is called uniform velocity. But vertical motion is uniform accelerated motion. So the projectile motion is the combination of two motions. One is horizontal motion is always a uniform motion, while vertical motion is uniform accelerated motion. So in this case also, we will discuss all the conditions as we have discussed in the last case. The first one is horizontal motion we will discuss. First is horizontal motion. So in horizontal motion, the velocity always remains a constant, right? Horizontal motion, what we write? That is suppose the body reaches this point C, the total distance moved is equal to x only, right? In time t seconds, the body travels the distance x. According to this condition, we can say x is equal to x0 plus uxt plus half ax into t square. I can write. So this is only a uniform motion. In uniform motion, acceleration is equal to 0. Very clear, because we know that in this kind of motion, projectile motion, the horizontal velocity always remains a constant. Therefore, acceleration is equal to 0. So in a motion in which acceleration is equal to 0, but velocity always remains a constant, is called uniform motion. So this becomes equal to 0, right? That is, this is equal to x0 also 0. Initially, the position of the body was starting from the origin only, therefore x0 is equal to 0. Plus ux is equal. Ux means initial velocity. Initial velocity and final velocity, every time the horizontal velocity is same only. That is ux. That is equal to u cos theta. You will write u cos theta into t. We can write. So x is equal to u cos theta into t, or t is equal to x by u cos theta. So this is a very important term in this. That means time taken by the body to reach the maximum range from the point of projection. The horizontal distance traveled to the body is x, and this x the body will cover in a time t seconds. That t is given by x by u cos theta. Am I correct? These are the things about what I want to tell you. So at the point, the highest point of the motion of the body in the oblique projectile condition, what is the velocity at this point? At the highest point, the velocity is not equal to 0, but is equal to u cos theta. Why u cos theta? Actually, the body had two components. One is u cos theta and other is u sin theta. U cos theta always remains a constant. Even on the top of the motion of the body also, the body will have one component of the velocity, that is u cos theta. But which component becomes equal to 0? Vertical component becomes equal. So what is the vertical component? That is equal to u sin theta is equal to 0. So So remember that on the top of the motion, at the maximum height of the oblique projectile, what's the velocity of the body? Velocity of the body is equal to u cos theta. If the velocity of the body is known to you, kinetic energy of the body also can be calculated. That is equal to half m into u cos theta whole square. So this kind of things, this is the logic. Anytime we can apply it. So once when you have interest, then only you will do this kind of things. You will think. So creativity is the most important. Creativity is more important than knowledge. A creative heart is more valuable than a mind having knowledge, right? So be creative. Next, I will talk about vertical motion. Second is vertical motion. That means the body has two motion, one along the horizontal and other is along the vertical. So the body moves up and then comes down. That means it has a vertical motion. And when the body reaches the surface of the earth, it has a displacement in the horizontal direction. So body has both horizontal motion and also vertical motion. Now I will talk about vertical motion. When I will talk about vertical motion, I say the distance displacement of the body y is equal to y0 displacement in the vertical direction y is equal to y0 plus uh, y0 plus uyt plus half ay into t square. Y0 is equal to 0. Y0 is 0 and uy means initial velocity in the vertical direction. Uy is equal to u sine theta into t. U sine theta into t means into t means this one, that is equal to x divided by u cos theta. I can write plus half into plus not minus you will write in this case because the body is moving in the upward direction and the acceleration gravity is acting in the downward direction, right? Acceleration gravity in this case velocity is taken positive and acceleration taken as negative. This kind of things can happen, no problem, right? Okay, therefore this is minus half into ay is equal to g into t square. I can write t is equal to again what I write, that is equal to x divided by u cos theta the whole square. I can write. Very simple, right? Therefore this is equal to u sine theta, u and u cancelled. That means x into sine theta by cos theta means x tan theta. X tan theta minus minus 1 half into g into x divided by u cos theta the whole square. That is equal to g what g divided by 2 u square cos square theta the whole into x square. I can write. So this is an expression for the body in the vertical direction. This is x tan theta minus g divided by 2u square cos square theta into x square. So this is in the form of y is equal to, this is in the y is equal to ax plus bx square. Ax plus bx square is also the expression for or equation of a parabola. So therefore ax, what is a? A is equal to tan theta. What is b? B is equal to g divided by 2u square cos square theta. So a and b are constants. When a or b are constants, the expression for a parabola is y is equal to total parabola. That is half parabola. Total parabola. The other one was half parabola, right? Am I correct? So this one we have y is equal to ax plus bx square. This equation both are matching. Therefore, the trajectory followed by the oblique projectile is a parabola. Hence we can write. So as this equation, this